Get this camera turned around. This is all acting up tonight. Of course it will. It's going to be that little narrow screen live tonight. I had to switch over to my phone. There we go. Hopefully the mic's better too, because I am on my phone. Yeah. I didn't quite have this other computer set up. So we are going to go to a narrow screen upright. I don't really like the upright screen. I can't tell what's going on it, really. But I'm going to go back into my YouTube, at least so I can see the chat. Hopefully. We can see you guys in the chat then. I go to my live, my channel, my live. Here we go. Now maybe we'll get back to it. Pop out the chat so I can get it where I can see it. Yeah. That was kind of crazy. The StreamYard that I was in was, I don't know, lost connection to the microphone when I switched it out. So I have no idea what happened there. But we were talking about going camping and that pretty Pooch getting caught in the rainstorm. Thanks for you guys coming back there. And of course we had finally found a good fishing spot. You guys are probably looking at me like, why are you looking off to the right? Because I had to set everything up different. I'm not in my normal spot. Try to get this where y'all can see me again and I can look, at least look at the chat. Restore chat. There we go. Now I can see it. Won't be able to do the normal things that I normally do because I'm using my YouTube channel now. This is all got discombobulated tonight, believe me. But it's all good. We'll get rolling here and try to recover from this. Ha! Maybe. All right. Because I do have some questions here. We can do this or that in a little bit. But we go fishing. We get us a good spot. And by golly, if the storm didn't blow in and the rain was coming across, we had to make a mad dash back to the truck, get inside. We tried to ride it out, but it just wasn't going to happen. It was going to rain like cats and dogs. And so we just went back to and did the road trip and did a live. Got to hang out with you guys live from the camper. And that's the night that I cooked the shrimp out on the grill, which, man, let me tell you something. That was good stuff right there. God bless the vets. That's true. Richard. Now I see Joe Jacobson in here. Yep, I'm back, Brian. After you called me and I hit the button and it took me clean out of the live and I couldn't get back in it. But it's okay. Now I'm in the vertical screen. I couldn't even get back into my normal StreamYard channel for some reason. But that's all right. Ricky Joe Jacobson, top the guy, eat spaghetti. Hey, I like spaghetti. But that's how it is. And I'm going to go back to where I was talking about the weather because I think fall is coming. We're in for some cool weather here currently. Now we're going to hit it one more couple days of some high heat, but I know the humidity is going to be dropping, and that's going to make a big change for the weather around here. It's going to be a lot more suitable for being outside. And man, I am so ready to be outside. Hey, Leanne, glad you made it back. I'm back too. It was kind of messed up, my scenario here I was going through. You know, you get to frantic and start pushing buttons. I kicked myself out, and I thought, well, I'll jump back in, and it just wasn't working. But I made it back. Everybody needs a good messed up live every now and then. If it ain't live, it ain't happening. Scroll through some of this. 153, or probably 53 right here, right now. Hi, I'm from India. Romeo Papu? Wow. Well, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you coming in here. You know, you pop up live on YouTube and then you get all kinds of new people coming in here. All kinds of new people. And there's another person here from Algeria. I'll take them, folks. Y'all come on in here and check out Pretty and Pooch. Good Enough Homestead. My first live on Facebook a few years back was me having a seizure and heavily medicated. I don't remember it. Well, at least you recovered from that seizure. Ha! Ain't nothing going on around here because I do have my HTO. I got my watermelon refresher. It's good stuff. But yeah, you know, anytime, I guess I'm going to have to get another microphone for this little spot over here where I'm at, because that's the only thing I think that's causing it. And we've been through that before, and it's every time I use this little Blue Yeti, or Blue, which it's a decent mic, but it's just gotten so distorted for some reason. Let's see here. Well, thank you, Urfax Grills, Foxtrot Therian. Hi, how are you doing? How's your day going? My day's going good until my live got all discombobulated, but you know what? It's probably a good thing I did, because I'm seeing a whole lot of new different folks in here, which is pretty cool. Appreciate you guys coming in here. It normally doesn't work out this way, but sometimes it does, and that's okay. Melinda Dobson drank a watermelon Propel today, and it was real good. Man, watermelon's good, period, all the time. I love watermelon. A lot of times you can just squeeze that juice right out of them watermelons and drink it. Some good watermelon's been good this summer, let me tell you. But I like the different questions of seeing. Hi, grandfather. Carthick. Hi, grandfather. Well, I ain't your pappy, but if you want me to be, I will be. Howdy, son. Do you like country music? Of course I do. Nothing but. I'm having a cream soda, Joe Jacobson says. You know what? That going live here is kind of cool, actually. I'll be bringing up some questions for you folks here in a little bit. We'll be going through the this or that questions for friends. I got a few lined up here after we've had our little bit of fiasco. Pooch, that is better. Hit the thumbs up. Well, thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. It ain't the way I like it, but it is better. Jennifer Ocean Homestead just came on. Oh, are you on the vertical live? It attracts trolls. Well, wrenches up. Well, I haven't seen a troll yet, but yep, my StreamYard failed on me, so I had to pop in and go live off of YouTube, and that's why I'm vertical. I had the camera set for horizontal, but it didn't take it for some reason. Usually it does, but I don't know what happened. But that's okay, because I am seeing some other folks in here. Folks I've never seen. They haven't really posed a threat of any trolls yet, but hey, I got people in here with wrenches that'll knock them out. We like to play whack-a-troll. Well, there's folks in here that'll take care of the trolls, I'm sure. Leanne Gunther. But I hope you folks had a good Labor Day weekend. And I hope you got out and enjoyed the outside weather. And so ready for the fall, for sure. So ready for the fall. And Jackie Boy. All right, well, now I'm watching the chat, but I'm going to look over here also so I can ask you folks some of the this or that questions. Everybody likes the this or that questions. And this is this or that questions for friends, because we're all friends in here. And some of them I might have hit before, but maybe not, because I try to pick a bunch from a different group all the time anyway. This or that questions for friends. Don't whack me, Pooch. Bullet and barbecue. No, I wouldn't do that. But I'm going to start off with my first this or that question. This or that. A call first thing in the morning or a call in the middle of the night? I don't know which y'all prefer, but I dang sure get plenty of calls in the middle of the night for work. And let me tell you, those are aggravating for me. I don't like getting called in the middle of the night because it usually involves work and me having to try to wake up and either get my laptop, see if I can deal with something remotely. And if I can't, that usually means I'm going to have to get dressed and get down the road and go to one of the facilities. And man, never fails. Morning. I see a morning call there. I have my phone off all the time. Not too much further in the distant future, I hope, for me. And I can't wait for it because I'm not a phone talker really. And it just, at night when I've gone to sleep, and I'm usually in a deep sleep and the phone rings, it's hard for me to go back to sleep. But it aggravates me more than anything. Alrighty, we're going to go on to the number 2 question of this or that. And I see a Evelyn Newman and a Wanda Henry. Howdy, howdy. Glad y'all made it in here. And the fiasco of Alive Tonight. Board games or video games? I might have pulled that one out before, this or that. Board games or video games? Now, I'll tell you, I'm not much of a game player, but I do like playing some video games. And when Pooch gets tied up in a video game, he usually plays it hard until he wins it all and beats it and done with it. And of course, I like the Call of Duty games, and those are the ones that I usually like to play. You know, the shooter games. I'll go through the series of those games, and then I'm done. I'm done with it until the new one comes out, and there is a new Call of Duty coming out soon. So I'll probably have to look into that. Hello, TNT. Bullet and Barbecue likes playing cards. Now, I've never been a card player. Just couldn't get into poker. Couldn't get into Uno. Couldn't get into any of it. I see, yeah, Nightbot. And hopefully you folks joined Pretty in her live earlier. She had a live with Jessica. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. But she did a live interview with Jessica, which was actually one of the authors in a chapter of the book they put out, Show Your Crown. So it was a very good one. Another inspirational young lady who's overcome a lot and striving to be better, which she's doing a pretty good job at it. We're going to go, yes, good live. It was, sure was. My number 3, this or that question for the night is going to be photos or videos. Now, I like doing some photos, but I also like doing videos because, hey, that's what we're doing. We're doing videos right here. But you got to do some photos to have your thumbnails and whatnot put up. So, I don't know what you folks prefer, but show it. Let's see what you guys like. Photos or videos, this or that. The videos are always fun to watch, so pictures are fun to look at too, especially when you're dragging out some old pictures of past memories, past family members, whatever it may be. Yes, was a great podcast live, Melinda says. Yep, thank you. I'm sure Pretty appreciates it. Hiking with Jackie Boyd says both. Yep, video is just rapid fire photos. That's true. Rapid fire live photos. Which I'll go back and look at this live and really think, good Lord, what kind of train wreck was that? Smash that thumbs up again, Linda says. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it because I probably lost all the other ones on the other one. Alrighty. Another one. Now, I can see those two kind of going along the same thing because this is going to be pertaining to this or that. A social media message or a text message. I guess social media message will be referring to maybe Facebook, Twitter. Well, no, maybe not. Yeah, Twitter. Your Instagrams, all of that stuff where you can message folks through that. Or do you prefer a text message directly to your phone? Well, again, I don't much keep up with too much of those, so it's hard. I'll usually see them days later, if not weeks. It's just how much I pay attention to it. Talk to me. Linda would rather be talked to you. TNT likes social media messages. Text prefer a call, Wanda says. Text. No other social media here other than YouTube. Yeah, that's kind of the way it is with me. Even though I do have Messenger on Facebook, but you get so much stuff through that, and I don't know. I don't watch it that close. I used to, but I don't do it so much anymore. Let's see. All right. My next this or that question will be, take a friend on your family vacation or join a friend on their family vacation. Well, to me, that one will kind of go together because it's fun to go on vacations or whatever with friends. But there's also times where you just want to go with family and hang out, you know. Sometimes you just got to break away and get away. That's always fun. Just being able to get out and go, that's always fun. And just like the next one, yep, is Kevin says depends too. And that next question's also a group hangout or a one-on-one hangout. It just depends on what kind of hangout, I think. I think, you know, because you like to hang out with your friends, but then again, and like Linda says, there's times you want to hang out alone too. I would hang out either way. They're all fun. Pretty and I hanging out this weekend was fun. You know, we were out there. There was all kinds of other campers around, but we didn't bother them and they didn't bother us. We kind of just sat back and watched. And it wasn't too bad this weekend. I thought it might get a little crazy, but being it was Labor Day, and it really didn't get too bad out there. It was rather quiet. Of course, Pretty and I go to bed at 9:30 at night, and we're smooth out, so we don't even know what's going on. Lori Carp, howdy, ma'am. Thanks for hopping in here. Okay. Alrighty. This one's going to go more towards the food scenario, and it's going to be this or that. French fries or onion rings. Well, I like them both, so I can't pick between the two. All by myself music, yep. Now music's always got to be involved when you're sitting around hanging out, that's for sure. Always got to have some music playing just to promote the atmosphere. Leanne Guthrie says both. I see the hearts flying there. Appreciate whoever's throwing those hearts up. Hit those thumbs too. Onion rings, yep. I love a good chicken fried steak sandwich with onion ring on it. That's good. And I haven't had a good one, and I couldn't tell you how long. Sonic used to have a pretty good chicken fried steak sandwich, and it had an onion ring on it. Man, oh man. I can create my own music, Kevin says. Old Pecan Homestead, hello. How are you folks doing? I'm in the vertical form tonight, so y'all missed the fiasco earlier, so appreciate y'all coming in though. Because it was a fiasco. I had to shut completely down and come back in. Share food or don't share food? Another this or that. Share your food or don't share your food? Well, I guess it depends on what kind of gathering you're going to. A group or solo. It's always good to bring a big old plate of food, especially if you got enough to share, because there's a lot of people going to be looking at you eating. Pretty and Pooch and everyone. Well, howdy, Heather. Welcome in here. Glad you come in here. Share. Yep. It's always good to bring a big batch of food. to a congregation or a meeting. That way you can walk around and kind of get a sample of all of it. Patty melt on Texas toast with onion rings. Yep, that's a good one for sure. Arlene says she likes to share. What's up, Pooch? Hey, everybody. Not a lot, Dave. At Goat Days, just hanging here trying to get through this fiasco of a live that I got started and had to jump out on and come back. All right. If you send money or receive money, how do you like to do it? This or that? PayPal or Venmo or Venmo? PayPal or Venmo? Well, I can say I don't use either one of them except Zelle. I'll use Zelle. That's about it. I don't trust PayPal really anymore. And Venmo, I don't know that I trust it really either. Hiking with Jacob Boy says PayPal. I don't know. Now, I have a PayPal account, but it was mainly for receiving funds through online website or whatever. E-transfer, yep. A Cash App. Yeah, I don't know about the Cash App thing. Never tried it and don't know that I would. From one hand to the other or not at all. That's a good way to keep it, Brian. But I do, if I'm going to send money, most of the time it's going to be through Zelle. Or if I'm going to receive money, I usually want to get it by Zelle. My back pocket cash. True. But sometimes you're in a situation where you're not face to face with something. Either you're buying something from an individual and you don't, because I don't carry cash. I learned a long time ago, if I've got cash in my pocket, it usually disappears and I can't tell you what I spent it on. So I don't like carrying cash. PayPal is okay. Yeah, and sometimes I have cash in my pocket and it's been there a long time. And it's like it's folded up, tucked away in my wallet, and I forget that it's there. But I'd rather not carry any cash. Linda Peterson says, credit card then, Poochie baby. Bowen, get in here. Yep, Thunderstick Homestead and Ministry. Howdy, Bowen. How are you, sir? Welcome in. I still have the same 20 in my wallet that I had last year. I had to duck around, look at my phone, if you're wondering what I'm doing. Yeah, I know what you mean, Brian, because that's usually what I do. I've usually got some bills tucked away in there, and they've been there for quite a while, until all of a sudden something comes up that I actually need it, and then I'm like, I got it. I got the cash in my... Well, I tell you, the last time I had cash in my wallet, I actually gave it to somebody that was obviously looking to me, because I don't normally hand out money to people on corners or whatever. I'll offer to get whatever it is they need. Very rare do I give out money to them. But I had a particular one come up where I thought, okay, I think I can sense a little bit of need in this person. But you got to remember when you do that too, you can't judge, and you got to just, you gave it to them. Whatever they choose to do with it's on them. No matter what kind of story they may give you, it's gone once it leaves your hand. So, but I did give a 20 I had in my wallet several months back off to somebody that was there. That was all I had, and they had a pretty good story with it, but it was kind of funny because I was talking to another guy a month or so later who was telling me about him doing the same thing. And as he explained it to me, the story sounded kind of the same as what I heard. So I figured, well, already gone, ain't nothing to worry about. MT Homestead, howdy folks. How are y'all doing? Mind you, MT Homestead will be going up live here next after Pretty and Pooch here, so be sure and go check them out. And of course, you'll have Brian at the Vineyard Farmhouse, and you will also have Peter, Old Man King Homestead, coming up here in a bit. My Wild Home, howdy. Okay, here we go. This or that one. Next question. Hitch a ride or give a ride? Would you hitch? Would you give a ride or hitch a ride? Depending on what I was needing. If I can give a ride, I'll give a ride. And hopefully, if I need a ride, somebody will give me a ride. I'm not going to go out there thumbing for a ride, but, you know, if I need a ride, I'm pretty sure I got people I could ask, hey, can you give me a ride somewhere? And I'll go that route. But not going to be thumbing it, no. And you got to be careful giving rides, too, because you never know who you're going to get picked up. Done both, Linda says. I've done both, too, but again, you got to watch yourself nowadays. I don't know if you folks, speaking of stuff nowadays, we've had several police officers in this area killed here lately. One was an accident, drunk driver, running through a wreck on the interstate, or scene of a wreck that the highway was shut down. Took the officer out, drunk driver. And then just a week or so ago, we had a Dallas police officer. They were saying at first he was ambushed, shot and killed while sitting in his cruiser. But come to find out, it was premeditated murder. That the officer showed up for a call and the dude just walked up on him out there in his car and shot him dead sitting in his car. Crazy. Which wound up in a pursuit, and ultimately that person was shot and killed himself. So some crazy, wicked stuff going on in this world nowadays. And then also today I heard of a shooting at a Georgia school. This is in Georgia. But a 14-year-old went to school today and opened fire on his classes, shot and killed 2 teachers, shot and killed 2 students, and I think 9 others were injured. I mean, what in the heck is going on around this camp? I don't have no idea, but you know what? It's a sign of the times that we're in. And I think more is to come, most likely. Had to get a swig. Old Pecan Homestead says, that reminds me of a joke someone asked for directions, and that's the faster way to get there. You ask him if they're driving or walking, and if they say driving, you say, well, there you go. Reminds me of a joke someone asked for directions, and that's the fastest way to get there. You ask him if they're driving or walking, and if they say driving, you say, well, there you go. Yeah, fastest way to get there is if you're driving, for sure. Yeah, private school in Georgia, Linda says. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't understand. I mean, what is going on with these kids today, and what's going on with the parents that are allowing these children to get out of the house with firearms and carrying them to school? It's just, I don't know. I don't know. All right, a this or that question. This is going to pertain to social media. And this or that question is going to be Instagram or Twitter, which Twitter is now called X. I have an account on both of them. I don't use neither one of them. Probably ought to shut them down, because a lot of times nowadays, all these apps, all these accounts, all these social media platforms is just another way to track your information and put it out there. And who knows where it's going. I mean, you know it's going somewhere, because then all of a sudden you get all this other stuff that pops into your feeds on other platforms, and it's all kind of intermingling, whether it be on a platform or not. You could just be thinking about something and maybe even mention it. And that just goes to show that your phone's always listening, and it's probably always watching. Because then all of a sudden in your feeds and in your advertisements is stuff that you might have thought about, said something about, or looked at in another platform, on Google, wherever it may be. But those feeds are for sure going to get flooded with whatever it is you was looking for or looking at. That's for dang sure. I don't have either of them, Sammy says. Neither, although I have an Instagram. YouTube is enough. YouTube is enough. And if I didn't keep up with so many people on Facebook, well, I say keep up, I kind of think Facebook, even though they're not of the same entity, they're used for the same thing, and it does promote your YouTube or whatever, but you know, something's got to give. I'm pretty happy with just YouTube. Pretty and I don't even watch TV hardly. We may watch the news, but we don't watch TV. We usually watch something on YouTube. And I don't pay for no subscriptions to any of these Hulu's, Netflix, or any of that stuff. I do pay for the premium of YouTube, but that's about it. I don't know if you talked about it. Let's see. MT Homestead says, I don't know if you talked about it, but how is your dad doing, Pooch? Well, thank you for asking, Mike and Terry MT. He is doing well. His surgery went well. He's doing well, feeling pretty good. So I will actually be seeing him again tomorrow. But hopefully there'll be enough change in that procedure. And what he had done was he had leaky heart valves and had an artery ballooned up. So they replaced the heart valves. And so hopefully he's got a little more energy and he's starting to feel a little more better. Now the man's 84 years old, so pretty healthy guy, but hopefully this will make him feel and be even more healthier. But thank you for asking. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all the folks that had him in his prayers and y'all's prayers during that time. Yep, don't forget, type FBC and drop your link. Don't pay for nothing other than internet and electrical. Yeah, trying to get there. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you say that because we have our cell phone bills, and with our cell phone bills, we have unlimited internet and data and all that 9 yards, but yet we pay for internet. Now, we're out here in the country, and there ain't no fiber, there's no cable, there's none of that stuff out here. So I do pay for Starlink. Now Starlink's pretty expensive to have, but hey, it's better than nothing, and it does keep from chewing up. Now I haven't used my data on my phone because when I'm at work, and I do have two phones. I have a work phone and I have my personal phone. And of course when I'm at work, I'm usually using Wi-Fi off wherever I'm at. So I could probably save a ton of money if I cut the Wi-Fi or the extra data off on the phone because I don't use it. But it's there in a pinch, and you never know. Just like when Pretty and I were out camping, we can kick the Wi-Fi on the smart TV in the camper or wherever we may be and be able to stream or whatever through the internet off our phones. So that's always good. And of course, I use my work phone data. I don't use my data. I use my work phone data because it's unlimited as well. They provide us that stuff just so they can keep us on the job anywhere, anytime. Whether you're at work or off wherever, you've always got an internet connection, which I always need because I always got to log in and do something. Alrighty, we're going to go to another one. I think we might have asked this one too. Well, shopping online or in a store, this or that. Would you rather shop online or in a store? Well, nowadays with Amazon, it's all online. And that keeps you from having to go to a store and buy anything. You can get anything you want through Amazon. Well, even stores nowadays, fill your orders online. They pick it. Either you can drive up and get it at the curbside, or you can have it delivered to your house, which is a good thing for folks that are shut in and can't get out. That's a good thing to be. But I know Pretty and I talked about store shopping, and we don't order groceries online because I would rather look at what I'm getting at the store rather than have somebody pick it for me and then send it to me, or pick it up and I'm like, well, dang, that's bruised and beat up or rotten. That meat don't look good. No, I got to put my hands on it and look at it. Make sure it's fresh as it could be. Rebecca says in store. Joe Jacobson says online. Leanne says both. Heather in the store. Yeah, 8 minutes, Wanda says. Dang, time's flying after my 15-minute you know what. Here's another one. This is gonna pertain to some food. Would you rather have pizza or Chinese food? This or that? Pizza or Chinese food? I'm gonna say Chinese food. I love Chinese food, but I do like pizza too. We don't eat it that much, but a good mama's pizza. If I'm gonna have pizza, I want a good pizza. I don't need no Domino's or nothing like that, or Papa John's. I need a mama's pizza because those are good. Mama's pizza is good. Good tasting pizza. Linda says pizza. Me too, Pooch. I want to pick out my own produce. Yes, ma'am. I want to pick out my own produce and my own meat. Chinese because I can't do tomatoes, Joe says. Well, I love some tomatoes. And pizza, Heather. Love Chinese, Wanda. Only breakfast pizza here. Yeah. Breakfast pizza's pretty good with all that sausage and egg and stuff on it. Chinese. Homemade pizza. Yeah, good homemade pizza. I would eat either one of them right now. I guess Brian's hungry. He's trying to get ready for his. Shopping food in store, otherwise Amazon. That's right, Piggy. I haven't ordered groceries off Amazon, but I'd rather go pick my food up in person. Let's see here. Okay. I know I've asked this one, but here's another one. This or that when you're shopping, say for groceries. Brand name or generic? Brand name or generic? I can go either way because I know most of store brands are just as good and most time $1 or less cheaper. So you can get a little more. You can get a little more with a store brand or a generic brand, which is kind of the same question of this or that one. Bargain or top shelf? You know, it depends. It depends on what it is, but I can go bargain or generic. I do my medications in generic. I don't buy brand name medications. When it comes to me having to take medication, which I don't like doing anyway, I'm going to go with generic. Yep, depends on product. And that's right, Piggy. Store brand is often the same. That's right. Out in the garden food, yeah, can't beat that. Brian says he worked in an ice cream factory. And they would just shut the machine down and change the wrapper on the other brand. Some really don't matter. That's correct. That is correct. Tom and Rhonda Howard, hello, Pooch. How are you folks? Good to see you folks in here. Appreciate y'all showing up tonight. And I do got to watch that clock because I got 2 minutes left. All right, I'm going to go down and see here. See if I can get another one in here. Okay, this or that. Animals or people? Well, they're both good to have. Like a good dog, man's best friend. Man's best friend. Animals or people? Okay, I think I'm going to go down for bed, Piggy says. Well, Piggy, you go on in there and get in that little room and go horizontal. Yes, sir. Animals? Linda's both. Animals, both. Animals, both. Kind of 3 minutes, Pooch. Thank you, Wanda. I'm watching it. Actually, it shows 2 minutes now. And I will get down to, of course, weekends or holidays, I'm going to get down to driving fast or driving slow. This or that. Driving fast or driving slow. It depends on the situation. Now, I tend to drive the speed limit. Occasionally, I'm stepping it up a little bit, but I tend to drive the speed limit. I don't want no tickets. I don't want to get in no wrecks. So I'm going to drive the speed limit or drive slow. And with Pooch getting older, which I hate to say, Pooch don't like driving much at night anymore. It's getting to where I really don't like driving at night. But regardless, I'm going to drive the speed limit or a little bit under. Depends on what's happened. I wouldn't figured that, Pooch. Well, yeah, I'm pretty take it easy while I'm driving unless I really got to get somewhere in a hurry. I've learned my lessons, believe me. That's why I drive the speed limit now, if not slower, especially with me getting older. I can't drive 55, LOL. I used to be that way. I used to be hammered down all the time, especially back in days that I was a truck driver and having to be somewhere in the shortest amount of time in order to turn and burn. So, been there, done that too. And that's why I don't do that no more. I couldn't handle the traffic, all the congestion or anything. Well, folks, that clock has struck 8 o'clock. I appreciate all you folks that have hung around with me tonight. Where I started out in StreamYard, it went south quick for some reason. Got back live on YouTube. You folks came back. I appreciate it. Even though it was in the vertical form, I don't like it, but that's what I had. And I hope you folks, if you haven't, gone and watched Pretty's live she had earlier on No Judgment Here with Tish Ross. She had a good one tonight. But all you folks, hope to see you again soon. Be on the lookout. You never know what'll pop out. Something will come up. But love you. Remember, everybody needs a friend named Pooch. They call me Pooch. Everybody needs a little Pretty in their life. She's my Pretty. Have a good one. See y'all again soon. MT Homestead. Yes, sir? I'll get out of here.